Hi, I'm Tessa van Gravers and I'm art director of Taartrovers Film Festival. It's a film festival, maybe I can read, no. It's a film festival in the Netherlands, and it's a festival for very young children from 2 to 9 years old. And Taartrovers, try to explain to you, is a word that didn't exist in Dutch before we invented it. And it literally could mean a thing like cake robbers. And we love cake, but we adore film and children as well. Let me see. Yeah. And I'm here to tell you more about our film festival, about how do we offer the film to this young age group? Which films do we select? And how do we present these films? And maybe the most important part, what do we offer besides these screenings? And I'll warn you, on some moments, I will give you a small mini workshop, a little workshop, to wake you up and to let you experience a Taartrovers activity. But maybe it's typical Dutch. Jan Willem did it before. Let's first talk about me. This is me. I'm a child of the 70s, and my parents chose not to offer film to my sisters and me. They believed reading books, making drawings, and playing in the woods with other children was much better for us. They thought that consuming films would make us empty and passive. But I was lucky. I had an auntie in Amsterdam, and when I was around 5 years old, she took me to the Cineac. And that's my first memory of film. I don't really remember the story of the film, but I have a clear memory of the images, the huge screen, and all the audience surrounding me, the chairs. I don't know why I remember these chairs. And I found it really exciting. I loved it. Later on, when my daughters were born, around the millennium, films for children were available on a daily basis on TV. And for many hours, on video, with no limits. And since a few years, most children watch films on the tablets and on the smartphones of their parents. And I don't want to judge anyone, not my parents, not me, and not the current parents. But this is the situation, and we're all surrounded by all these moving images, and also these young children, with its richness and with its emptiness at the same time. Oops. I find it interesting not to complain or to be afraid of this situation, but to look for the question, how do we take care of our toddlers? How do we offer these children, these young children, a fantastic first film experience and many happy after? I hear and see many parents willing to offer their children a special, caring and inspiring film screening, and they want to enjoy these screenings together. And in the past 5 years, theaters in my country are facing a rising demand for films for young children. Preschools and primary schools are struggling with the question on how to offer film and film education for the youngest. For children from 8 years old and older, there has been quite a development of films and especially film education over the last 15 years. But films and film education for younger children, 3 to 7 years, is not widespread yet. There are a few programs and there is something in development. And our festival is one of these programs. It's open for public during holidays and weekends, and we have special programs for kindergartens in Amsterdam. Where did I wanted to show you. Oh no, too quickly. And I'll tell you a bit more. I thought I was showing you the film about our festival already. But Taartrovers Film Festival is a festival full of imagination, aimed at the youngest, like I told you, with room for play, exploration, and imagination. And using all their senses, children create an imaginary world together. And our festival is open to all children. And we make a special effort to include those children who wouldn't come to the art house cinemas by themselves. And now I give you the impression film. It's a short, really short film about our last edition, which is still going on. It ends on this Friday, next Friday, or tomorrow. And you see, yeah, just watch and then I'll tell you more about it. This wasn't right from the start. I'll tell you a bit more about how we started and how we became like we are now. In 2003, the festival started as a family program for children, and it was part of Amsterdam Fantastic Film Festival. And our program was called Amsterdam Fantastic Film Festival Kids. The program consisted of several films and workshops for children, and they were connected together in one theme. I'll show you. Like, for instance, you see here the creepy animation party on the left side and a fantastic space odyssey. We had these films and activities, and these activities were first in closed workshop sessions with a beginning and an end. But soon, theater art designer, she joined our team, and from that moment, instead of workshops, we designed a landscape with different installations, with a thematic and aesthetical connection between them. And we called this our playground of the imagination, and children could play here all day long. And the festival became quite popular in Amsterdam, and soon, in 2010, we started a national tour. At the same moment, we decided to focus on children from 2 to 9 years old. The reason for this focus was we wanted to give special attention to playing with the senses, and also the imagination and fantasy, which is strongly connected to this age. And we believe that focusing on this age, we could create an atmosphere, a world, and a program which was imaginative, safe, and sweet, but at the same time challenging and daring for our young audience. And it seems that we've made the right decision. We had the opportunity to develop a fantastic program, which has been growing in quality and numbers, with some ups and downs and growing pains, but we are getting stronger at the end. And every year, more cinemas want to be part of the festival. We need to start a second tour in the Netherlands if we want to cover all the invitations of new theaters. We create budget and space for more films in our program. And some of these films are picked up by cinemas after our tour. And our program in Amsterdam has doubled last year in size and will double next 2 years again. Schools from different cities are asking for our program too. And besides these regular schools, I just at lunch I spoke to someone of you who was a teacher at a special school. We are working together with primary schools and kindergartens which offer special education, including children who cannot learn in regular schools. They cannot hear well, or they're children of refugees. Their Dutch is not their language yet, or they're having other problems. So they don't fit in the regular schools and they go to special schools. And our program seems to be valuable for many of these kids. And we have the ambition to start a new project the next 3 years. We would like to focus on this group. And we want to have a continuously film lab in school, in one of these schools. And we're ambitious on other, we are ambitious on international plans too. In 2015, we exported one festival edition abroad for the first time. It was to BUF in Malmö. And last years we have visited several festivals in Europe with installations and films. And we have the ambition to increase this kind of cooperation. And not only one direction, us exporting know-how, films and installations to other organizations. Our festival is open for experiences, curious, to programs of other countries. And we're really proud of our existing program, but we are eager to keep on developing it by new experiences and different approaches. And now I'll tell you a bit more about the festival. About the films. How do we select our films? We love film as a magic medium for telling a story, but not only telling stories, also showing the world in a creative, different way. And our yearly program consists of 15 to 18 films, and we connect all the films to our yearly theme we choose. For example, last year's edition was books, and this year's edition actually. Selecting our films, we chose films that were based on stories from books, of course. Films were made with the materials books are made of, like ink and paper. And some films about the love for books. And to show you about one of these films, it's a lovely film. I think it's not especially made for children, but it's wonderful, a bit bizarre and funny. It's a Norwegian animation, and I'll show you only a small part of it. And it's called It Was Mine, and it's made by Kaisha Naas last year. Story goes on. We choose old and new films, and by these new films, we don't mean really new films. These films can be old, because our festival screening, we want our festival screening to be the first screening in the Dutch cinema. We think that our festival should be a platform for films that have seldom or never been screened before. system. We think that children should watch something different, something new. For example, this year we had an old Chinese animation dating from the 60s in our program, which had, as far as we know, never been screened in our country before, and we chose it because of its tactility. It was made of paper, the material we were embracing this year, and we loved the slowness. And we like slowness because it creates space for your own images and your own thoughts and feelings. And also because of the special cultural experience, this Chinese film. I'll show you a really small part of it. And we found out that young children are quite open for new things. And I think it's because everything is new for them, so they don't have an image on how it has to be, how a film has to look like. So I think we're stealing this moment. We have more criteria when selecting films. We keep in mind that we choose for a mix of different types of films. Some of them are easy watching with a straightforward story, but some with a special graphic design and a more layered story, poetic. And we choose, since a few years, we choose more experimental and abstract films too. And young children, like Tina told you before, are really open to these experimental films. We realized that the festival is a perfect stage for special and non-commercial films. The festival itself attracts people mostly. So, by this, we give obscure films a chance to be seen. Our films are not too scary, but not too protective either. Like Jan Willem told, we're Dutch. We think that children, you can trust that children can handle some scareness, and they're not frightened too quickly. But we keep in mind that a little bit of tension and excitement is part of the fun. Our films leave enough space for imagination of the children themselves, and they're not too long. We have many shorts in our program. And we choose films with and without dialogue. So in some cases we have to dub foreign films. In this dubbing we do it by ourselves, with friends and family in our own studio. It's fun and it makes us free to choose special films. Language is no real barrier. We could choose for live translation, as many other festivals do, but we prefer a recorded dub. This sounds much better and is an investment which offers a film to travel along the cinemas in the Netherlands and Belgium after our festival. I'll show you a little clip of this film, and it has a Dutch dub, so I'm afraid you won't understand, but the images tell a lot as well. It's about two friends, and one is staying over one night at his friend's place, and you can see what happens. And there's a Dutch voiceover, so you can maybe hear how this sound.
Nu is het tijd om tanden te poetsen. En nu is het tijd om te slapen. Zou ik een lichtje aanlaten? Vraagt Nalle's moeder. Ja, dat willen ze. Welterusten, welterusten, welterusten. Ik wil dit niet meer. Ik wil niet meer logeren. zegt Konijn. Nalles mama komt binnen om hem te troosten. Ze leest een lang verhaal voor over leuke dingen.
She's reading her story about nice
Ben je nu
things.
niet meer verdrietig? Vraagt Nalles mama. Nee, nu gaat het weer goed. Ik durf hier te slapen, zegt Konijn. Nee, ik kan het niet. Jouw bed is te zacht en het ruikt niet naar thuis. Ik mis mijn mama en mijn bed en mijn cracker met jam en alles van thuis wat hier niet is, zegt Konijn.
So he was a bit frightened and he wanted to go home. I don't know if you understood, but this is the films we select, but how do we present our films? We know that visiting a cinema is quite impressive for these young ones. So we try to be careful with our advices about age and films. Sometimes commercial films they say that these are for all ages, but they don't fit in, they're not suitable for children from 4 years old. So we don't take any commercial risks, or not any risks on this age advice. And we take care that the sound is not too loud. We keep on a small light during the screening. And we prefer to screen for young ones in small cinemas with 50 seats to create a personal and intimate ambience. We don't do Q&A or invite voices or actors, since young children believe in the magic of film. They don't make much difference between reality and fantasy of films, and we like to keep it that way, as long as they are young at least. And we keep our screenings short, like I told you before. That means a maximum of 30 minutes for 2+, and a maximum of 50 minutes for 4+. Children can sit on the laps of their parents, buggies can enter the cinemas, and babies are welcome too. Our youngest audience is allowed to talk during the screenings, and they do that a lot. They talk mostly about what they see, and it doesn't bother anyone. It actually creates a connection between the audience. And when they're older, they're getting 5 or 6 years, maybe 7, most kids like to watch films in silence like we do. And we always gave an introduction to the films, not about the director or technical details. Our young audience doesn't care. Instead, we try to start a conversation with our audience, and we ask, who's here for the first time? And we see some hands raising. And then we ask, who has been here before? And we see some more eager hands raising. And we ask these kids who have visited the cinema before to help us explaining to the others, to the first-timers, what does happen? What does happen to the light? And why does it get dark? And the most important question, where do we watch the film? Where is the film? Because children who are here for the first time, they don't even know that the screen, that the film will be over there. And after, and when we've done this kind of conversation, we tell them more about the other program, and we tell them that the lights will go off, but they will only dim, and then the movie starts. Schools and kindergartens who are coming to us do get lessons from us on forehand before they will visit the festival. And this offers schools the opportunity to prepare the kids living and playing in the theme and in the films, and to exercise techniques which they will encounter in the playground, and to mix these lessons in their own programs. And this preparation is really precious for us. It gives the children a deeper experience. And we realize that for the quality of these lessons, we highly depend on the quality and the skills and enthusiasm of the participating teachers like you. And here on this picture you see some children playing with veggies and an iPad. And on the iPad you see an animation program which is open. And they know how it works, not by us explaining it, but just by doing it. But I think that the most special thing about our festival are our activities. And before I start to tell you more about the activities and to show you more images and films, I invite you to join me with a little workshop. I'll hand out some papers, I'll show you. And some paper. I'll give the instruction later. Do you all have this paper? And the marker? You miss one? Okay. Ta-da-da-da. I would like to. Would like you to think of a cake, a really special cake, a fantastic cake, and you can make it. You can create it by yourself, and it can be a cake like with chocolate and peanuts or with strawberries, but it could be a cake with a person you're longing to, or a car you've always wanted, or anything you're longing for, a fantastic cake, and maybe you want to make it for someone else. I would like you to first have an image, take an image in your mind, and then make the drawing on this paper, and you have a little bit less than a minute. Are you almost finished? You have 10 seconds left. And if you're ready, you can turn around the page. And take the pen in your opposite hand and make the drawing again. The same cake, but it doesn't need to be the same drawing. I'm sorry. This is something art teachers do a lot. It's to get you out of your comfort, and maybe it's a way to get you back to a little bit, by a trick, to get you back to your childhood, where everything is new. You experience new things. So maybe if you're ready with the two sides, you can compare them to each other, and you can choose which one you like the best. And you can keep it, and you can eat it afterwards if you're hungry, or if you dedicate it to someone else, because the ink you desire of these markers is eatable, and the paper itself as well. So you can take it home. You saw these children. I'm sorry. You saw these children in the film, in the film maybe. They were making this drawing as well, but we added glue, sugar glue, and candy. So I'm sorry, I didn't treat you on these, but you can still eat it. Okay, I'll continue my presentation. All our activities are mixed together in one playground of the imagination. Like I told you before, this landscape. It's a set of 8 to 10 different installations, which are all connected to the festival theme. And children who visit the festival can play freely all day long in this landscape, in this playground. But how do we build this playground? When we start a new festival edition, the art team sits together, brainstorming about the films. Like this year, our festival is not finished yet, but we are already busy with the next edition, and it will be about the weather. And we look back to this edition, but also older editions, like this one. It was about food. It was in, I think, 2014, and we look at the good things, the highlights, and the lowlights, and what did work, what didn't work well, and why. And with this evaluation in our mind, we create new activities. We want to have a variety in these activities, and we create always 2 or 3 different ways to play with moving images, because we are a film festival. But there's a lot more to do, like cooking or baking, and of course eating this, art crafts, sounds and music. Like for instance, for the next edition, we have in mind to build us a house where you can listen to the rain you're making by moving the ceiling and making wind noises and maybe a hurricane and thunder. And you're really in this house, really cozy and warm. And we do some projection as well. We're thinking of it now. Maybe it will change while building it up, but that's our idea. There's always something with smell too, because that's one of your senses, and we use it a lot, but we don't use it really. We know that we use it, but we want to play with this as well. And drama, especially young children, they express themselves by moving and by exploring with their, like Jan Willem told, with your hands and with your whole body. And of course, there's a lot to see. And we use only technique if needed, and not too much. We think that children should not only press a button for a trick, but they must feel that they are really exploring and creating. And the next step will be that we connect. I'll give you all these images so you can have an image of what we are building with my story. Then we connect these activities to physical installations, and we brain about the looks, about the colors, the materials, for instance. And for the next edition, we would like to have a long windmill as an eye catcher in the middle, and clouds on the ground to sit on or to lay down on. And we would love to have a projection of a glowing sun on the wall, maybe changing of color. And we think with the whole team, but the theater and graphic designer will take the lead. The rest of the team will take care that form and content are in balance and enforcing one another. And with all these plans, the designers make first the design on paper, and then they will continue designing while building up, trying new things out, new materials and new techniques. So for instance, we really love playing with silhouettes. And in our next edition, with the weather, we will build a silhouette cabinet. And in many small closets with small lights and camera holes, where children can look through. And they can play with the moving of these shadows, and they can play with projecting shadows on paper and making drawings with these shadows. So first this shadow triggers your imagination. You see maybe the start of an elephant or anything else, and then you finish the drawing, and then you can make a picture through the camera hole. So, but here in this picture you see our food edition, and here children made a silhouette performance with kitchen utensils on a huge table. And we had silhouettes in our windows, in the windows of a train, when the theme was about traveling. Children could make their own paper puppets or play with puppets that other kids had made for them. And their mamas and daddies, brothers and sisters, friends, could sit on the bench and watch through the window. And we always like the silhouettes in our Mini House. It's a weekly program. And these are soft hand puppets coming back. And we've had many stop-motion installations. We've first had them on light boxes with transparent papers in our Wonderland edition, with dinky toys and roads drawn by children in our travel edition. And here you see a camera and a huge pen, and there are veggies underneath. You can't really see the veggies on this picture, but they play with these veggies and they make small stop-motion films by moving the images and moving these veggies and then making a new image. And you see that this child, I think, is 3 years old. He's from Belgium, actually. And it was at JEF. And if you just show them how it works, you don't have to explain it in words, but you just show it, they understand and they start playing with it. We had a hammering stop motion at our home improvement edition. And the camera was hidden above this girl in a cement bin. And she's hammering with wood and nails images on cardboard. So we have all these installations, and some installations come back and they're all connected to the theme. And we choose colors. We choose colors every year again. And we choose this with care. We do not work only with primary colors, which are used so often for children. We really care for the aesthetic quality of our playground. And we want our installations to be playful. Here you see 2 boys using a drill and a peeler for peeling their apple. This was for our home improvement edition. And above this picture you see a small picture of a pinball machine with cups and other tableware and kitchen tools, and the walnuts as the balls. And you see a girl with a crane, and she's hoisting up raisins for her pancake. So children can play, they like to play, so that's what we offer. And exploring is really a religion with us. We highly value the enthusiasm of young children, their passion to explore the world. In the playground, children are free to create their own journey and to use the materials we offer and the installations they encounter in their own way. Of course, there are some rules, but here you see 2 girls really happy by just mixing fluids and solids like maizena, cornmeal. And I don't know what they're making, and I don't think that they know what they're making. But when they finished, they know what they've been making, and they put a paper, a sticker on it, and they write on it what it is and what it's meant for. And they're just busy. It doesn't need to become a real product. So like I told you, there's no path they have to follow. You see, it's a little bit chaotic. And there's no result that we expect. Children can stay the whole day long if they would like to. And some of them, they want to linger for a long while, the one installation, and they play with it very intensely. And others go quickly from one installation to the other. And we're fine with all. And this exploration is really important. Children do the things exactly the way they wish to do it. In our festival setting, we prefer this way of offering activities to children. It creates a lively atmosphere, and children can start slowly and shy when they come in, but they will soon open up. They don't feel any pressure, at least not of us. So we decided, sometimes the parents are a problem, so for this year we decided to give an instruction. Children get a kind of instruction or a funny instruction. It can be a menu. This year it were pages for their books. But we give the parents instruction on how we like them to behave. So to be supporting to the children, but the children have to find their way. And we want them to let them free. And I'll tell more about it later in the presentation. And sometimes, or maybe more often than sometimes, children surprise us. When they are exploring, they make different use of the materials and installations in a way we couldn't have imagined, and we love that. But in this place of freedom, we do have many mentors. They support the children to accomplish their ideas, inviting them to play and create, and supervising the whole process. But these supervisors, we tell them to be careful, not to take over. They have to follow the ideas of the children as much as possible. Sometimes you really need a hand, as you see. And the design of the installations and the setup of our activities is in line with the development of the very young children. First of all, it's active, sensory, and playful. And I didn't study for it, but I've read that self-consciousness and exploring the world in relation to yourself develops in different steps. In the first steps, it all begins by observing the world with all your senses. And most children are quite busy with just observing until they become 3 or 4 years old. And I always see this when these young children visit our festival, these young toddlers with their eyes wide open, absorbing everything, not only with their eyes, but also by walking around and touching it. Sometimes their parents and teachers try to invite them to create things, to produce things, but most of the time these really young children are just happy to observe. And this is the reason why we are so serious about the use of all these senses. It really fits to this age group. I'll show you some ways. Yeah. Here you see the boy tasting from his soup he just made by himself. And here they're smelling these kids of our garden theme, and they're smelling of flowers, spices and herbs, and they mix it together in a perfect smell, and they put it in a soft paper bag and they take it back home. And we heard of parents that they kept it under their pillows for months, so it was really precious. Such an easy, simple thing like putting some herbs in a bag. In our book theme of this year, children could use invisible ink to give no color but smell to their images in the booklet. And most materials are exciting to touch, especially for the very young children. And they cannot stop exploring it with their hands. The older kids as well, but these materials are more challenging. And these children, this year, they punched letters from veggies to make their own letter soup with funny words, their names, or anything. And this girl, she was finding out a new printing technique we did not think of when we created this print shop. And we do like music. This year we had a performance, and children could join the musicians. And here you see also, this is also, this is a marble coaster. And by putting marbles in it, it gives a sound because there's a xylophone, you call it. So it's making music while the marbles are going down. Of course, children use their eyes and ears when they watch a film, but they need them in the playground too. Sorry? You're closing? Okay, I'm almost finished. I only have 20 slides to go. No. I'll go through the images. This is really a cool thing. This is a new thing we found this year. It's a beamer, a new beam, and it's a small beam. It's with LED lights. So we had projection of all different films in our playground, and children were playing with it, and they were not only projecting it on the floor, but they could take this lights and project on other kids, on their stomachs, on their clothes, on their face, or it was really fun. Okay, I'll show you. Yeah. How many minutes do I have left? Quick. Okay, now maybe I skipped something. It's yeah, we like to offer children a lot, this playground, the films, and all these installations, but we want to create space for all their own story, so we don't want to fill it all in. And here you see a child drawing the same drawing you did. And we use different media like language and building. Yeah, I'm almost finished, and leaving space for the kids. And I want to end with this. Our festival wants to cherish these two valuable talents, so exploring and playing with the senses and with the imagination, that most people will lose more and more when they grow up. And these children, they still have it in their bodies and in their... So let's cherish this and let's not lose it too much, and let children play with it and let them not learn too much, but just let them free. I have a final clip. Do you want to see another clip, or is it... Yeah?